April 28, Reuters. Highlights from Super Rugby Week 11, Blues 13 Jaguares 20. Jaguares' controlled and conservative approach in the second half helped them to a win over the Blues in atrocious conditions and gave the Argentine side their third successive victory, propelling them to second in the South African Conference. The visitors trailed 13-5 at halftime, but as heavy rain pelted down they kept the ball tight, played in the Blues' territory and scored tries through winger Emiliano Boffelli and replacement Tomas Lozana to overturn the deficit. Jaguares hooker Agustin Creevy had scored the opening try of the game from a rolling maul before the Blues replied with tries to winger Tumu Manu and fullback Matt Duffy, giving them hopes of their first win at home this season. The Jaguares, who had never won on New Zealand soil before, dominated the set piece to improve to 5-5 this season and are on 20 points, 11 behind the conference-leading Lions. Reds upset Lions with early try blitz. Stormers keep up unbeaten home record. ASO brace gives Hurricanes flattering win. Brumbies Pocock out of Crusaders clash. Shields still waiting on England decision. Bulls prop Schumann banned for biting. New Super Rugby, same old Australia. Other rugby news, Lions to receive ceremonial caps. Farrell would be brilliant. England captain winger North returns to Wales. Clark gets Ospreys head coach role. Springboks great Habana to retire. England's Hartley ruled out of S Africa. Terpau's Armitage out for 9 months. Thomas shines as Racing reach final. Reds 27 Lions 22. A young Reds side scored 4 first-half tries and produced a strong defensive effort to script a major upset with victory over the South African Conference leading Lions in Brisbane. The Lions had trailed 24-0 at halftime and 27-0 early in the second half before they struck back with 2 tries to hooker Malcolm Marx to get to 27-12 with 20 minutes remaining. The errors that had blighted their first-half performance, which led to tries for the Reds to J.P. Smith, Caleb Timu, Brendan Panga-Amosa and George Smith, hurt them again in the final quarter as they failed to complete the comeback despite 2 late tries to replacement Marnus Schumann. Stormers 34 Rebels 18. The Stormers kept up their unbeaten home record in this year's Super Rugby competition with a 34-18 win over the Rebels to lift themselves off the bottom of the South African Conference. JJ Engelbrecht went over for 2 tries and fellow Springboks Damien Diande and Dylan Lades also scored for the home side with Stefan Ivalu going over twice for the Australians. The Stormers threatened a runaway score as they dominated early with 3 unanswered tries before the Rebels staged a comeback and reduced the deficit to 9 points in the closing stages. But try on the final whistle for Engelbrecht ensured a healthy winning margin for the hosts. Hurricanes 43 SUNWOLVES 15. Inside center Vince Aso crossed for 4 tries but only 2 of them counted as the Hurricanes moved to the top of the standings following their victory over Japan's Sunwolves. ASO, who crossed in the 74th and 79th minute, had 2 tries ruled out earlier by television match official Ben Skeen, the first for a marginal forward pass from Julian Sevilla and then for a dangerous clear-out by Artie Sevilla some 70 meters downfield. Julian Sevilla, Finlay Christie, Reed Princep, Jordy Barrett and Brad Shields also scored for the home side, who moved to 32 points on the table, 2 ahead of the Lions and 3 in front of the defending champion Canterbury Crusaders. The Hurricanes, who had won their last 6 games, only put the game beyond doubt in the final 6 minutes with 3 tries, 2 of which were scored by ASO. Compiled by Greg Stutchbury and Mark Leeson, editing by Sudipto Ganguly, Our Standards. The Thomson Reuters Trust Principles.